John, what's your assessment on the first pre-season outing for Bradford this afternoon?
It was very, very useful indeed. It's identified areas that we need to work upon, and it also identified other areas that we've done quite well. And I think it's certainly allowed us to discover what I think we've got absolutely nailed on a first team player from one of the youngsters who I thought was my man of the match, to tell you the truth. So, you know, there's positives, but there's also negatives and stuff that we've got to work upon.
Who was the young player?
For me, I thought it was AJ. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. You know, the amount of work he did on a heavy pitch against a good team. He looked totally at ease with first team football, and it's very, very pleasing. So if we've discovered that from today, that'll do for me.
You must be delighted with the way the side started. 2 quick tries, 12 points in 12 minutes. Is there a bit of frustration that you couldn't keep that?
There is, yeah, but you know, I thought the first 20 minutes I was delighted with, but it's like anything else, you know, it's difficult to maintain concentration, intensity at the end of they've had a tough week this week. Our players have trained Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we haven't held back and said we need to prepare for a game. What we've done, we've kept the accelerator to the floor, and they've been tough training sessions. So I think that's one of the reasons they might well have looked a little leggy out there at times, and I think it's probably the reason why at the end we ended up 6 errors in the last 7 sets, you know. But we also need to discover an element of composure as well, not to panic when we are chasing the game, and stick with what we've got. But we've certainly, there's areas that we've got to improve upon, and there's areas that we've done pretty well.
Which areas do you think the side have excelled in, John, and done well in this?
I thought some of the defensive work was really good. You know, when you consider that 2 of their tries, I know Johnny Campbell's was an individual one with a kick, but 2 of their other tries were from kicks. So that's something we've got to tidy up, is our kick reception, our work off the ball when their chase is coming through. And we've got to contest better when we put kicks up as well. I thought that was a glaring difference between the 2 sides today.
Declan Patton, when I spoke to him, John, is really happy with how things are going, and more so your message to him that he's got that freedom to create and dictate and direct, and I thought we saw some of that at times.
Yeah, you certainly did. I'm pleased that he's enjoying himself, and I'm hoping that he's fallen in love with rugby again, because it was a bit. He's had a tough few years, but I think we've seen today, even on a heavy pitch in rain, when it's been wet and cold, you still saw some elements that he's going to be an exciting player for us. But I thought his half-back partner did pretty well as well today, Billy Jowett. So that's another positive that we've got.
What was up with Jordan Lilla?
Jordan's, he was at training and he went down, nobody near him. And that really concerned me, so we got him scanned, and he's got a grade 2 tear of his PCL. But the good thing is it's not ruptured. If it had been ruptured, it had been a season ender. It's not, so it looks to be a 6 to 8 weeks job, and fortunately for us, 3 of those weeks are going to be before the Dewsbury game, so it probably was 4 or 5 games of the season. So it's a blow, but it's not as bad as I feared when I saw the kid go down at first.
And obviously, based on what you've seen today with Declan Patton and Billy Jowett, John, that must give you...
It does, yeah, very much so. And obviously we've also got the dual registration route to go down, as well as having a look, perhaps a better look at young Forshaw, who went out there for the last 10 minutes. I was going to give him longer, but I thought Billy had done so well that, you leave him out there. So, there are good signs. And there's lots to work upon.
When you looked at Batley, John, they've made minimal changes in the off-season, and I thought, give me your opinion.
Yeah, you could tell, Mick. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you totally. You could tell that was a team who were comfortable playing together, and that's why when they went 12 point down, they were still comfortable, because they trusted each other. We've to build that, we've to get that, because we've made quite a few changes. I think there we would have had Manning and Meadows probably, who would have got in there 17, who didn't play today. Well, we've got a number who would be in, from my estimation at the minute, for round 1. So, it's heartening from that, but they're a very good team, and they look a very good team, and they're obviously very used to playing together.
When you mention AJ Wallace and the fact that he's been given that number 24 shirt number, you've named a squad of 26 so far, John. Is that message to the other players that those shirts are available? If
he got that, we've said to the young players that we're not going to give anyone a shirt unless we, the coaching staff and senior players, feel that they've earned it. we feel that AJ's earned it, and I think today anybody who's been at this game will have realised that he's earned it. And as I say, that's one of the really pleasing things I think we've seen a first team player out there today.
So about obviously Billy Jowett now, it's going to be on his shoulders, isn't it? I mean, that's a challenge for him going into the new season.
It is, yeah. It's going to be on Billy's shoulders, and obviously we've got to sort out the full-back conundrum as well. We've tried Joe Burton, Elliot Hall and young Camden there today, and obviously Elliot Hall will get an opportunity. So we've got lots of questions that we've still got to answer. But that's certainly that first hit out that we've had today has answered a number of them, and it's also posed a few more as well.
As you say, with Jordan's injury, I mean, without some harking back to last season, the dreaded half-back Hogan.
Yes.
Already, doesn't it?
It does. But Billy's another 12 months down the track, so that's a reason why I'm more confident.
Quite relaxed about it.
He did, yes, very much so. He wasn't rushing about here, there, and hair him, scare him, and trying to do the Hollywood play. He was happy just to play his part within the team, so that was heartening to me. But as I said, also we've got the dual reg route that we can go down as well, and the Leeds partnership as well. So you know, we don't know what our team's going to be in round one. I think Batley certainly know their team's probably going to be in round one, so we've a lot more soul searching to do, you know, in order to come up with the correct thing for the Dewsbury game.
Obviously, with the Halifax game being off, John, you sort of said you had to sort of fiddle around a little bit with pre-season. In terms of where the squad are now, 3 weeks before the start of the season, are you sort of back on course, would you say, with where you plan to be?
Not as of yet, no. I don't think we're far off, and I certainly think that next week we'll see further improvement. And that's why when we had 4 pre-season games, I was going to use them in a different manner to how I'm going to use these 3. So you'll probably see strong teams for the other 2 games as well, because we just need to grow together and get used to playing together and get used to trusting each other. You saw the trust in Batley because they're just used to being in and amongst each other. Well, we need to develop that, and that's a task we've got to do within the next 3 weeks.
And obviously you had a pretty intense week training this week. Is that going to be the plan going forward now? Is it pretty much almost training like it's into
it's pre-season. It's pre-season, so they're going to they won't be happy about this, but they're going to still have the accelerator down on them, and it's still going to be tough training. The only week really that we'll use it as a proper structured game preparation week will be Dewsbury. So until that time, we may well be seeing, you know, 1 or 2 players looking a little bit leggy because we've put a lot of work into them on the training pitch. But if that's the case, that's the case, because we trust in what we're doing, and we believe that all focus and all aims should be on that Dewsbury game in round 1.
Just finally, John, what's the latest with Sammy Kabula, Brad England and Ryan Miller? Yeah,
well, you'll probably see 1 or 2 or 3 of them in the next coming weeks. So I mean, and Aaron Murphy as well. You know, they're all things that we've got to try and integrate in and have a good look. So you know, there's still spots up there, and there's still players that we want to play and have a good look at in the coming weeks.